Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Hi!
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
You want a sports degree that is beyond the game? A degree that immerses you from day one and launches you into the business side of sports. With a sports management major from IUPUI's School of Health and Human Sciences, you'll have insider access to sports professionals and will learn from faculty with years of teaching and industry experience. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to launch your sport industry career.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight, that's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you'll have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
High school football fans, welcome back to Friday night, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Friday night. This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA.
Hold a perfect 4-0 record, gets set to do battle as they host the 12th ranked and 3-1 of the season, Scecina Memorial Crusaders. Hi again, everybody. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach, Greg Cox. Again, so pleased you've chosen to spend part of your Friday night with us here on IndianaSRN. Coach, we got a little sectional potential preview matchup here and a beautiful battle between two powers in Class 2A here on a Friday night.
No, without question. There's these are two great storied programs. You got one that is led by a younger coach and Coach Kyle Ray, and then you got one that's just a generational god, if you will, being around for quite a long time like Coach Hurley. But two great programs that will do great things here tonight.
Heritage Christian comes into tonight's contest. We mentioned 4-0 on the season, most recently dispatching Eastern Hancock on the road 35-0 last Friday night. Meanwhile, the Crusaders of Scecina most recently defeated Beech Grove, a 4A school, 26-14 just a week ago. Coach, when you look at this matchup between the Crusaders and the Eagles, what stands out to you the most on paper?
Well, I think a lot is just the balanced attack that Heritage has, averaging over 200 yards on the ground and in the air. Obviously, the majority of that is on the ground for Scecina, one that's really going to want to try to control the defensive side of the ball. This Crusader team's only one field goal away from being undefeated themselves, as their only loss was to Speedway by 3.
We're going to step out. We come back. We'll have Craig's keys to the game and more. It's Heritage Christian and Scecina on IndianaSRN.
Hey folks, good to be with you for tonight's game. My name is Andy Simpson, and I'm a licensed IHSAA football official. And welcome to Friday Night Football, powered by IndianaSRN. On behalf of the 340 football officials, the IHSAA, the crew here at IndianaSRN, we hope you enjoyed tonight's game, and more important, don't forget to subscribe to the IndianaSRN YouTube page. As you're watching tonight's contest, I'm going to show you a few of our signals that will help you better understand the information we are trying to convey. Touchdown, safety, first down, holding or illegal use of hands, encroachment, or offsides commonly known, false start or illegal formation on the offense, or a free kick scrimmage violation, face mask, intentional grounding, roughing the passer, clipping, illegal shift, illegal motion, illegal block, pass interference by the offense or the defense, delay of game, and the one signal we dislike and you as fans don't like seeing, unsporting. We'd like to thank everyone for tuning in tonight and following us on IndianaSRN. You can also tune in to the Football Weekly Show and Coach's Show every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. on IndianaSRN.org. Finally, if you've ever thought about becoming an IHSAA official, www.ihsaa.org and click on the Officials tab or call the IHSAA office at 317-846-6601. Now, sit back and enjoy the game.
Heritage Christian Eagles take on the Golden Eagles of Scecina Memorial High School. Heritage won the toss and has elected to receive.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian High School. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach, Craig Cox. Just a couple seconds away from kickoff. Heritage Christian won the toss, chose to receive. Now time to take a look at coach's keys to the game. Coach.
Yeah, so when we look at the visitors, the Crusaders, again, it's going to be winning the defensive side of the ball. Coach earlier talked about that his entire line is all newcomers. They graduated all their of last year, but they're continuing to get better each week. So we're really trying to handle that up front, and then obviously trying to neutralize the balance attack of Heritage and playing hard as a group. When you look at the Eagles from Heritage Christian, they got a motto of flying high, living to the highest standard in life, and that comes with winning the line of scrimmage, the physicality, and running the ball effectively while stopping the Crusaders, and then winning that turnover game as well is going to be key.
Series history between these two schools, the last 35 years, 2-1 in favor of Scecina. However, the last meeting was a dominant win in the sectional, 27-8 in favor of the Eagles. John Harrell's prediction tonight, Eagles 21, Crusaders 20. Mendoza boots an end-over-ender that's taken to the 20-yard line, and we're underway here at Heritage Christian. Keegan Broderick takes it out to about the 30-yard line. That's where we'll get a first look at this Heritage Christian Eagles offense, led by Kyle Antoine, the junior. 62 of 90 on the season for 840 yards. Just under 70% completion rate And Coach, 9-to-1 touchdown interception ratio coming into this.
Yeah, just and another kid that's just such a great balanced player. Can do it with his feet and in the air, and real heady. Doesn't really press a lot, trying to make plays that aren't there.
On the Crusaders side of things, they have 11 fumble recoveries already 4 weeks into the season. Very aggressive on the defensive end. There's a dump-off pass to Colton Brown. He's got space to the 45 near midfield. And a great first play from scrimmage from the Eagles. They move the chains on that first pass attempt to Brown.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting in the flats, letting Colton do what he does, gaining about 15, 17 yards there. Really great on the edge and making some things happen.
So many different ways this Eagles team could beat you, but again, we mentioned the Crusaders, already mentioned their ability to force fumbles, but 5 picks they've forced already, 273 total tackles on the season. It's a handoff to Schlemer, or I should say reverse to Schlemer, a handoff up the middle, kept by Antoine. So he'll gain a couple on the play.
Quarterback keep gain of about 2 yards.
Bring up second down.
We'll make it 2nd and 8.
Got to wonder how often Antoine will decide to test these corners and safeties on Scecina. So far we saw that little screen pass and then just a handoff there, but they like to air it out here at Heritage Christian. In addition to their ability to get it done on the ground. Handoff. No gain. Swallowed up by Adam Young, the junior. That handoff to Brown. It'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, great penetration there, right up the gut, making things happen. Big boy, only 5'8", 225 right at nose, but did a great job there. You know, you talk about Antoine, as we did earlier, doing it with his feet in the air. I mean, he's got 15 total touchdowns, completion passing percentage of 70%. Does a really, really good job of finding his guys.
2 wide receivers on either side of your screen at the top and bottom. Stepping back is Antoine, fires into the flat. That's caught by Dora. He's going to make a man miss, has the first down and more inside Crusader territory to the 35-yard line.
Great job there, not only getting out in the flat, getting himself open, but eluding one tackler, positive about another 5-6 yards, and about 16 or 17 there on that play.
They're past midfield now, as we mentioned. No incompletions yet. A perfect 2 for 2. It's Kyle Antoine. That lone loss that the Crusaders suffered was second game of the season on the road at Speedway. Lost by 3. Handoff is to Brown. Tries to get around the edge, and he's going to be shoestrunged up.
Yeah,
Tackle made by Patrick Hill.
Good job there in the open field, not letting Colton either, get the cutback, keep him there to the sidelines where they had good penetration there.
It'll be 2nd and 7. Officially marked at the Crusaders 33. 2 wide receivers up top. That's Broderick and Dora. At the bottom is Schlemer. Brown in the backfield with Antoine. Takes the snap. Fakes the give. Play action. Screen pass to Brown. He tried to break through the initial tackle, but could not. Great presence there by Travion Woods. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, what a close there. Brown obviously could have turned that into something quite a bit more. Did a great job staying home, really allowing the offensive player, in this case Brown, be able to make that move and for his read to close that out for a very short gain.
It's one-on-one isolation territory there on an island. Able to make the stop. So it'll be 3rd and 5. The Crusaders 31. They'll call that a gain of 2.
Yeah, might look for them to maybe work a little bit in the middle of the field here.
Antoine with a little hard count there. Now takes the snap. Handoff is to Brown. He runs into his own lineman and is swallowed up in the trenches by the Crusaders. Give the credit to Hill. It's 4th down. Decision time for Heritage Christian early.
Yeah, and probably more of a 4-down situation being at the 29. It's 4th and short. Probably a little distance for the long
also
field
yet
goal.
to kick a field goal this year. So that should be noted.
Indeed.
And they will roll the dice on 4th. 3 wide receivers stacked up top. Antoine takes the snap, looks to the right, fires. Brown is swallowed up near the line to gain. Let's see where they mark it.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to get this on the early spot at least. Good close, good hit there. Brown's a little shaken up here.
Good eye, Coach. They will move the chains. Brown sacrificing the body there. No incompletions yet for Kyle Antoine. Mentioned he's highly efficient, coming in just a tick under 70% completion rate on the season. 1st and 10 from the Crusaders 24. 2 wide receivers on either side. Brown, the man next to him. Antoine steps back, fires, finds Neal. He tries to break an initial tackle, could not. Sticking with him was Soltz.
Yeah, it looks like A.J. Neal there. I'll tell you, too, he's quite a load. 6'2", a little over 200 pounds. Really strong guy that, not your typical wide receiver build, if you will, but what a great athlete. I'll tell you, just the accuracy, we got to speak a little bit of that when you talk about Kyle Antoine here. He's, like you said, no incompletions and doing it well, showing his pocket presence.
Brown is on his right side. 3 wide receivers split out to the right, 1 on top of your screen. He'll roll right, fires in the flat. That's going to be caught. I believe it's Schlemer. It is. Be a gain of a couple. Bring up 3rd down. Once again, another 3rd and short situation for the Eagles here, Coach.
Yeah, and Scecina's done a really good job, at least on this first possession, of keeping guys underneath them, not letting anybody get vertical on them. If you've noticed on every pass play completed, there's not very many yards after the contact.
A good draw of Scecina fans here. Unfortunately, they're on the other side of the field. All the bleachers on the same end of the stadium. Here at Heritage Christian, handoff is to Brown, trying to make space. Bodies were all over the turf. And we got a late flag thrown in as well. Where it's thrown, you might think it's in the vicinity of holding.
Holding, yeah.
Let's wait for the official confirmation. It's going to be on the Eagles.
Now we see our first penalty of the game coming here.
So I'll move it back.
That'll bring it back 10 yards from the spot.
Loss of 10 on the play. So now you got a little bit of a 3rd and forever, the first time we've seen that tonight, Coach.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a situation where you want to try to eliminate the mental mistakes. Those are going to happen. I mean, these are young men. You see it at the highest level as well, but you want to try to minimize those throughout each possession.
Likely 4-down territory here again as well, so you don't have to get it all back in this one play. Antoine looks at the screen pass to Schlemer. He has a blocker in front of him to the 20. Tried to break a tackle, stretching near what he thought was the 1st down marker, but he was still about a yard or 2 short. It'll be 4th down, and you can expect the Eagles to go for it again.
Absolutely. Now, good job trying to extend, get the extra yards there. But, yeah, looks like comes up about 2 yards short here. 4th and short, but, again, like you said, still in a 4-down territory.
I want to remind you, plenty of games across the IndianaSRN family of networks. We hope you'll keep it here on our main broadcast, but on your secondary screen, go to IndianaSRN.org. Check out all the action we have. 4th and 1. 2 wide receivers split on either side. They'll pass. Thrown enough for the 1st down. Catch is made by Camden Wolf.
And you talk about Schlemer as well. I mean, he's their leading receiver. Kind of what gives them to the outside threat, what Colton does in the backfield there. He's got about 90 yards a game.
Make that Christian Dora, rather, on the reception.
Dora with the reception. Eagles are 1st and goal on this.
So 1st and goal from about the 7. Sends a man in motion. That's Schlemer. They'll fake the jet sweep, give it right to Brown at the middle. He's stonewalled after a gain of about 3. Woods there once again on an island to make the play.
Again, you're seeing not Crusader defense not let anything get broke at this point, still keeping everything underneath in terms of the outside and doing a good job of closing the gaps in terms of not allowing Brown to bust that wide open.
Bend don't break mentality at this stage, Coach.
Absolutely. Bringing some wood.
2nd and goal from the 5. Called a gain of 2. Wide receivers really split out on either side. The man in motion is Broderick. Take the snap, looking for Broderick. Oh, it's batted down at the line of scrimmage. He had a wheel route opportunity for Broderick, but the pressure was coming from the Crusaders.
Yeah, great job there. Penetration, it's great athleticism, making a great read, getting that knocked down, and here to force 3rd and goal.
This broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, videos, or audio without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. 4:46 left to go in this first quarter. Jimmy Cook alongside Craig Cox here from Heritage Christian High School. 3rd and goal from the 5 for the Eagles. Come in ranked 3rd amongst all the land of Class 2A. Antoine rolls to his right, looking for Schlamer. Tippy-tap touchdown. Zach Schlamer from 5 yards out on the touchdown catch, and the Eagles draw first blood.
What a job, not only the accuracy of the throw, putting it where the defensive back could not get to it, but also what a great athletic move there by Schlamer in terms of getting the feet down. Obviously, as we know, in high school it only takes 1, but he got 2 there, and now we're here in an attempt for the extra point.
Just for extra credit, for good measure.
Absolutely.
Get both feet down. It'll be Mateo Jesh, the senior, 5 of 5 on PATs so far this year. Looks to make it 7-0. Low snap, kick on the way. Kick is good. 4:42 left to go in quarter number 1. 3rd-ranked Eagles on top of the 12th-ranked Crusaders. It's 7-0 on IndianaSRN.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Here at Heritage Christian High School, 7-0 your score. 3rd-ranked Eagles on top of the 12th-ranked Crusaders, a potential sectional 38 preview matchup. These two teams met a year ago. Make that 2 years ago, I should say, in the sectional last time they met. A 27-8 convincing victory by the Eagles then. And they're with a convincing lead early, up 7-0, able to put together a long drive that ended in that 5-yard score from Schlamer. Mateo Jesh set to boot it deep for the Eagles. End over ender. Taken at the 5-yard line. Barrio has blockers in front of him to the 30. Trying to get to the sideline, 40, before he's finally forced out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Mason Barrio on the return.
Yeah, what great field position to get them started on their first drive.
So first look at the Crusaders offense after the 41-yard kick return from Barrio, led by Aiden Ray, 32 of 65, just under 50% completion percentage, 4 touchdowns, 3 picks. But where their bread is really buttered is from Daquan Stennis. 40 carries, 402 yards coming in, and 4 touchdowns on the ground, 10 yards per carry, Coach.
Yeah, he puts 135 up, a game, and that's obviously going to be the biggest thing with Heritage tonight in terms of their ability to stop the run and neutralize that, because he is a beast.
Stonewalled initially for no gain on the play. Will bring up 2nd down. Crusaders on a 2-game winning streak. Shut out Cascade 41-0 back on September the 3rd at the start of the month. And last week a 26-14 win over Beech Grove.
Yeah, and what a great win being a 2A program and beating a 4A.
Under center, they fake the handoff. Ray looking to take a chance. He's sacked. A trio of Crusaders there. Thompson and Orsted able to combine for the big play.
Yeah, and in talking to Coach Ray, that's 2 players that he talked about in terms of one to keep your eye on in terms of Orsted. Collins, obviously, their leading tackler, but Orsted's one that he said that's kind of flying underneath that radar, one that you want to keep your eye on here tonight, and he's making his presence known early.
So we'll call it 3rd and about 15, maybe 16 on the play, and this might move it back further. It will indeed.
Yes.
False start on the Crusaders. A nightmare start to this opening drive. A shame after that promising take back run back, I should say, by Barrio.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up, Jimmy, is that, they were out to about the 42, 43-yard line and going backwards. You certainly don't want that in football.
Absolutely not.
Got this here with 3rd and long.
Call it 3rd and about 21. Ray takes the snap. He'll be tested here. Fires a shot. It's an end-over-ender that's caught. Came out of his hand wrong. Impressive snag on the far side. I believe that was, looked like it was Stennis on the reception from my vantage point. And the Crusaders will elect to punt it away.
Schlomer back deep here. Is a great athlete. Look for something to happen.
Aiden Ray with the punt. He has 7 punts inside the 20. Make it 8. 8 of 17 punts inside the 20 for the quarterback slash punter. Second possession of the game for the Eagles. They'll take up, hopefully, if you're an Eagles faithful, right where they left off. A long extended clock milking drive that resulted in that 5-yard touchdown to Schlamer.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Heritage did what they needed to do to come out of the game. First possession, chewed up quite a bit of clock and was efficient with it when getting a score. And then certainly not what you want from the Crusader side, but look to get a stop here on their second defensive stint.
A great opportunity to do so. Pinning the Eagles deep. Antoine in the gun on the far side of your screen. Takes the snap, looks left, pressure coming, and looks a little sidearm pass. That's caught for a gain of 5, maybe 6 on the play. Schlamer once again.
Yeah, you're going to hear that connection quite a bit tonight as he's his leading target. Yeah, a little interesting there. Kind of saw a little Patrick Mahomes there with the release, little sidearm.
Hey, I'm a big Chiefs fan, Coach.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that, but
yeah,
I love the shout out there. And I've always wondered, I don't know, watching high school sports growing up, I don't remember people throwing sidearm throws like that. I mean,
never saw it in our days.
So it's just another thing that's picked up from this new generation of quarterbacks in the league. There's a handoff for Brown, a big gainer, first down and more, all the way to the 35-yard line of Heritage Christian.
Yeah, I think some of that with Patrick comes from his dad being a MLB pitcher back in the game. But I'll tell you, it comes in quite a bit to play with the media and kids trying to emulate different things. But a great adjustment on Kyle's standpoint there in terms of his release point, especially with the defensive lineman coming up and getting the hands up.
Yeah, it's one thing to want to do it. It's another thing to be able to execute it in game action.
No, absolutely. Great point.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Eagles 35. Already moving the chains once on this drive. Antoine hands off to Brown. He's going to try to get around the outside. Heavily pressured. And it's brought down after a gain of 3, maybe 4. Ton of ground covered there, but just east to west versus north and south. Gain of a couple.
Yeah, good job of the Crusader defense again, not letting him quite get to that edge, keeping him underneath to keep it. What he get? It looks like they gave him about 5 there, but still very manageable here. They get a stop and make it 3rd and short.
Approaching 30 seconds left in this first quarter. 7-0 Heritage Christian with the football. Called 2nd and 5 from their own 40. Antoine takes the snap. Blitz coming. He'll keep it. Gets close to the line to gain. See if they give it to him or call him a yard short. Likely the last play of the quarter either way. Will be 3rd and about a yard.
Yeah, good job there by Kyle, recognizing the pocket presence, kind of doing sidestep and just understanding that the reads were not there, and to try to just do his best to get positive yards and have a very manageable 3rd down with 3rd and 1.
We'll have that 3rd and 1 upcoming after this. At the end of your first quarter, Heritage Christian leading Scecina 7-0. We'll be right back on IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian High School. Start of the second quarter. Eagles lead 7-0 over the Crusaders. They have the football, 3rd and 1 as we change sides. Now they switch. We're in the gun. It's a QB sneak, spinning, turning, and gaining the first down. It's Kyle Antoine.
Yeah, what a great athletic move there. Really got a strong push at the beginning. Met 2 or 3 Crusaders. Felt that, spun out of that to get some positive yards for the first down. Just a couple score updates from IndianaSRN, some other games. Covenant up 7-0, 6 minutes ago in the first quarter, along with Park Heritage up 8-0 on Greencastle.
We'll keep track of those scores and others throughout the evening. The yardage good enough for Antoine to get the first down. 1st and 10 from their own 45, make it 48 rather. Now they're across midfield anyway as Neal on the reception. Call it a gain of 6. 2nd and 4. You can tell that Schlamer's the favorite target of Antoine, but has spread it around tonight as well.
Yeah, no, great point. I think the thing is he's got at least 2, if not 3 guys that he can throw here. We've seen 4 different receivers catch tonight already, but Schlamer is certainly his man.
2nd and 4. For about the 47. Brown wrapped up and tackled from behind. There initially to make the stop was Jalen Long.
Yeah, they're doing a good job, at least so far. Obviously, plenty of football left, but doing a good job of containing Brown to this point. Might be able to open some things up in spreading the field out to these receivers, as we just talked about on the last play.
3rd and 3 from roughly the 45. Once again, they'll look like they're going to have that sneak. Instead, it's a pitch to Brown. Follows some blockers. Has space, keeps the leg turning. First down and a little more to the Crusaders' 40.
Just a bruising run there. Just getting low, keeping the head down. Looks like we got some flag on the play. See what this might be. Kind of came in late.
Whenever you see a late flag like that and near where the play ended, could be late hit, could be a delayed block in the back or a delayed hold. Could be a face mask, number of things. See what the officials go with here. It appears as though they're looking towards Ott Hurley if he wants to accept or decline. So it'll be after the play was over. But it's with high school with those personal fouls. The yardage still moves back, so it looks weird. They have enough for the line to gain for the first down to occur. So you mark that down in your scorebook, but then you assess the yardage.
Yep,
so it'll be 1st and 15.
Taking that back. Another update coming through on another IndianaSRN game. Traders Point in the first, up 7-0 over Frontier, which is another homecoming game there tonight.
So as they correct everything, now 1st and 10. And the Eagles on 45. So just moves them back, but they still have that initial line to gain. Play action, screen pass, and it's the first incompletion tonight we've had for Kyle Antoine.
Yeah, great job on Tamir Woods there, getting on the edge on the outside and in a sense, kind of hurrying Kyle there with his throw. Kind of caused him to change a little bit of his footwork, was more a little bit off the back foot there, and wasn't able to connect with his receiver.
So it'll be 2nd down. Seeing some key matchups won, particularly along the edge on either side by the Crusaders. They've been close to getting home to Antoine. Just been a bit too quick on the release for the Crusaders to get pressure. He'll roll right, step up. Pressured, almost stripped.
Woods
he's taken
again.
Down. We talked about it, 11 fumbles taken by the Crusaders just 4 weeks in.
Great pressure there on the edge again, and we've called Woods' name back-to-back. He's their leading tackler. A little undersized, as you might think. He's a wide receiver at 175 pounds, but using his quickness on the edge to disrupt things. So great job on his part.
Their first sack of the evening. Average about 2 sacks a game. 9th sack on the season. 3rd and 14 from the Eagles' own 41. Crusaders looking for a stop. Give us to Brown. Brown wrapped up after picking up back to the original line of scrimmage. Or not the original line of scrimmage, I should say, but the original marker. So it's 4th and 10.
Don't see a punt coming on here, Jimmy, in their own area of the field.
I mean, I almost think you have to here, Coach. But this is one of those where I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say we see the pooch punt.
Yeah.
Good. I mean, it's effectively about 4th and 9.
Oh,
that you can't have that, though. For the Crusaders, that's the one thing you can't have is jumping early.
Now it becomes much more manageable. Now
I would think about rolling it.
Yeah.
Now I would roll the dice.
Absolutely. Now they're getting there and did what they needed to do. Got them to bite on the hard count, and here it's much more manageable in 4th and what appears to be maybe a 3.
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, you could tell the way they were lining up with, even though it was 2 running backs, it was 2 what would be blockers there. I think they were going to go pooch if they weren't able to get him to jump on the hard count.
Yeah, things like that will raise the blood pressure of a D coordinator and a head coach as well.
Send a man in motion. It's Jones. 4th and 3.
So getting timeout here.
I wonder if they were trying to get him to jump. We'll step away briefly. Be right back for this 4th and 3 for the Eagles. They lead 7-0, second quarter.
How does a good man become even better? By working out? Or by working his way up the corporate ladder? By changing his diet? Or by changing his style? By traveling the world? Or by staying perfectly still? For 300 years, we've helped good men become the best versions of themselves through a dedicated fraternity and by taking an oath to live a life of integrity, service, and brotherly love. Men who are as committed to each other and their families as they are to our noble cause. In the end, we don't just make men better, we make them Masons. Not just a man, a Mason.
Fourth and 3 for the Eagles. Look like they're going to go for it. Take the snap. Antoine fires for Schlamer. Got the foot down and enough for the first down yardage.
Yeah, he's getting ready to say, guess who? You know, the tough thing is here as a defense, you know, you get 4th and manageable short there. You know, it's a crapshoot whether you're going run or pass, but with a team like Heritage that literally is averaging over 200 yards on the ground and in the air, you really got to be conscious of both of those as them being a great dual threat.
Great call by Coach Kyle Ray. Out of the timeout in his 6th season at the helm, 39-19 overall. 1st and 10 inside Crusaders territory at the 40. I'll hand it off to Neal. Oh, it's a keeper. And Antoine goes the other way with it for a huge gain. Believe he has enough for the first down, and that'll be pretty close.
Yeah, just short.
So
Looks like a yard.
down.
Yeah, you know, you talk about Heritage as a team that, you know, systematically has really gone to the air quite a bit. Really had a lot of great balance attack last year with the rush as well as this year.
Let's call it 2nd and 1 for the Crusaders 34. 2 wide receivers split out on either side. Antoine there steps back. Pressure coming. That's going to be a hold, and it'll likely come back. Tackled upstairs after the first down yardage, plus 3 or 4. But you got to assume that thrown near the offensive line, it's a hold. Indeed it is.
Just talking to, on the previous note there, just how they've had in the past an aerial attack and with Coach Ray stepping in a few years ago and he knows a little bit about throwing the ball himself as a former quarterback at Franklin College, was an All-American there, has done a great job in his time here. Obviously after serving as a graduate assistant coach up at Taylor University and then as an alma mater at Franklin, and spent some time at Whiteland as well as assistant.
It's been a fun journey. After the hold, called about 2nd and 12. Pushed them back to about the 46. Two wide receivers, bunch and spread out on either side. Standing in the pocket, firing, caught by Yates.
Pass complete to Yates.
Pick up a couple. 3rd and medium.
Make it 5 receivers now. He's spreading the ball around really nice. But what a great, piece for the coaching staff to be able to have, to where you can spread it around that much and have that many guys on the field running them in and out to be able to rely on. So great job of Kyle as well in spreading that around. Really keeps the defense at bay as well.
Appears to, at least for this age level anyway, go through his progressions pretty strongly in the pocket.
No, absolutely.
The line's giving him a good time, but still. Antoine takes the snap. He looks. This time he stares downfield. As Yates, it's caught. Big hit to the 15-yard line in the red zone is Heritage Christian.
Yeah, 25 going right there. So great job. Great pocket presence. I tell you, I've been really impressed with Kyle so far, too. That's about the 4th or 5th one that he's hit guys in motion right on stride where the guys aren't having to do anything for it.
Take a look back at that. Deep strike to Yates.
Great job, little under route coming up over the top, hitting the seam right here and just laid it just perfect where he needed to.
1st and 10 from the Crusaders 15. Handoff is to Brown. He has space. Trucks his defender and is brought down after a gain of 8. Called 2nd and 2.
Little ground and pound, but that's a great thing you get with Heritage in terms of mixing it up. Here you get a 25-yard pass play, come right back, get positive yards on 1st down, long at that, and having a very manageable 2nd down here.
Officially marked 2nd and 3. Yates at the bottom of your screen. Dora and Schlamer at the top. Neal and Brown on either side of Antoine. Hands off to Brown. Keeps the legs churning and is finally swallowed up. Christian Merriweather there on the tackle. Enough for the 1st down, so 1st and goal from the 2.
Yeah, keeping the legs going, carried a couple Crusader defenders there, probably for an extra 2-3 yards. And, the thing that we've noticed there, as you made the call, Jimmy, in the backfield is A.J. Neal. I mean, sometimes they have him out wide at receiver. Now they got him in the backfield. Great to be able to have that in your arsenal to move him around.
First time we've seen single wide receivers on either end of the field, and now they'll switch back this under center motion. It's play action. Rolling, looking for something, and swallowed up. Guess who? Travion Woods gets to the quarterback again. The 10th sack on the season for the Crusaders. Big play for them on 1st and goal.
Well, and there it is again. It's Hello. The hello bringing the wood. So great job again on the edge coming. Kyle trying to find his receiver, and it's just like hello and put a stamp on
Window closed right away.
Absolutely. It's the 3rd time we've called him there from the D end position in Tamil Ridge. Great job.
Woods having a heck of a day.
And he is their leading tackler as well. Great athlete, who sport kid as well.
And we have I don't know if it's too many men on the field or thrown in the secondary.
Might be delay a game, yeah. That's what we're going to get.
Back judge gets that call.
I can tell you what, Jimmy, we're up here. It's a great crowd here tonight on 75th Street. Might add, it's the Indianapolis Colts game of the week here as well. But I tell you, sitting up here in the press box, we're getting quite a few whiffs of some burgers or something being grilled, making me a little hungry.
Got the beautiful concessions here at Heritage Christian. Burger and football on a Friday night. Pocket collapses and swallowed up is Antoine. Crusaders really getting to him pressure-wise now.
Absolutely. Good point, Jimmy. I mean, as far as getting great pushes there on your front 4, doing a great job, consecutive back-to-back plays, pushing them back when they were down inside the 5, and now they find themselves at the 20. So great job on their part. Looks like we might get another timeout.
Timeout taken by the Eagles. We'll take one as well. 3:30 left to play, first half. Eagles 7, Crusaders nothing on IndianaSRN.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
We're back.
There's a shot into the corner of the end zone. Caught by Schlamer. Did he get the feet down? He did. As we're back to live action. Kyle Antoine. A 15-yard strike to Zach Schlamer. 13-0 Heritage Christian.
Yeah, once again, just a well thrown ball. Schlamer's just manu. We're in a position where he just gets him to the outside. And, just put it there right where the DB couldn't get to it. And great job again. He's got 2 scores in both times. He's got great foot placement.
Point after try pending. Jesh, 6 of 6 on the season. He measures to try to make this a 14-0 ball game. Good snap. Good hold. Kick is no good. Wide right. First miss of the campaign for Jesh. Eagles have to settle for 13-0 advantage over the Crusaders. 3:24 left, first half.
Minutes to go, second quarter.
Welcome back, Heritage Christian. Eagles lead at 13-0. Jimmy Cook alongside Craig Cox. Jesh set to try to boot it deep. It's a beautiful kick. That's taken at about the 5-yard line by Mendez. He's got blockers in front of him, cuts it back and tackled from behind at the 30-yard line. Another great return for Mendez. Give the tackle there to Marsh. We take a look back at that touchdown pass.
Yeah, again, great job with Schlamer on the outside, just going one-on-one. But great job here by Kyle, putting that ball on the backside where the DB couldn't get it. And again, second score strike to Schlamer, and the same almost fashion into where he had to really get his footwork down in order to capitalize to make that 6.
Believe it or not, Coach, unless I'm wrong, wouldn't be the first time, but this is the second drive of the game for the Crusaders. There was another long extended one by the Eagles. There's a nice handoff all the way to midfield and then some for Daquan Stennis. He's got the Crusaders in their best spot of the field tonight.
I'll tell you, that's the heavy card that they play right there. Daquan is one that's really the pillar of their offense and really get things going. And they need that. They need a boost with Heritage chewing some clock and having good, 2 strong, good drives.
Gain of about 26 there on the play. Bread and butter. Stennis has blockers. Cuts it back outside, breaks a shoestring tackle, and has another first down. And this is the type of offensive attack you expected to see from the Crusaders coming in tonight.
No, absolutely. They're totally a ground and pound team. Not to say they can't put it in the air at all.
It's Todd Hurley bread and butter.
Absolutely.
Having effective dominance in the trenches with the ground game.
And they got that. He's putting up 135 a night on the ground, and so they got to get that going to get some positive yards for him.
Todd Hurley in the running game, it's like the Coca-Cola recipe. Coach, it's been around forever, and it's
Put it
efficient,
together and get it.
They know what they're doing.
Absolutely.
Hand off again. Stennis lost the football. Up for grabs. I think the Eagles have it.
I do too. Yeah, sir, look that way. And they do.
It is Heritage Christian football.
Hate to see that when you got your offense clicking, especially 3 consecutive plays getting positive, and then it just takes the air out of the balloon, and that's tough. And we'll see how these kids respond. First
fumble forced, first fumble recovered on the season by Heritage Christian.
Yeah, and you're talking about a team that's 4-0. Yep. So great job.
Take another look at it, Coach. How to get started.
So, and again, just relying on the last 2 plays that got here. And in this case, great job by the Eagles getting a hat on the ball, putting that helmet right there, and that's tough to overcome a lot.
Timeout taken by the Crusaders. We'll take one as well. Eagles up 13-0, 2:17 to go in the second.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
First and 10 for the Eagles after the fumble recovery. Ball on their own 37-yard line. Pitches out to Brown. He's got some space running through a window across midfield. Right at midfield, I should say. And up for the first down yardage. Explosive carrying by Colton Brown.
Great job. And he almost anticipated in where he's getting ready to get hit and starts to dive forward. Probably gains at least another couple yards there, which gave him the first down.
So Eagles an opportunity. 2-minute drill, Coach. Looking for more points for halftime. Crusaders will get the football to start the second half. Handoff is to Brown. He was initially clipped at the line of scrimmage, spinning, turning, and thrown backwards. His forward progress will have a gain of about 4. Ball at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, they're not only controlling, the clock, but this movement of the ball, moving chains. Scecina's had very little total offensive yards.
Eagles have yet to kick a field goal this season. We got less than 90 seconds to go in this quarter. You got one timeout to work with. Handoff is to Brown. He's got blockers. Did not get out of bounds, but he gains the first down, so the clock will pause momentarily while they move the chains.
Yeah, and in the way that Antoine's been throwing the ball as well, and the ground game's been working too. Not getting out of bounds might not hurt them that much to where they're already in good position for striking distance.
2 wide receivers up top, 1 to the bottom. Rolling to the right is Antoine. Fires near the sideline. It's caught by Schlamer. He broke the tackle to the 20 and gets out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. That was the gamble you make. It didn't pay them for 6, but it did pay the Crusaders for extra yardage for Heritage Christian and enough time to get out of bounds too.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kyle did a great job not only getting out of the pocket there, but what a fabulous pass on the run, just a dart. Not only with great velocity, but great accuracy. And what a heads-up play there by Zach to be able to get positive yards but then get out of bounds.
3 wide receivers to the left of your screen. 1 up top is Schlamer. Man next to Antoine is Brown. First and 10 from the 20. Screen pass to Brown. He has blockers. Cuts it back and stumbles. Roughly, I'd say no gain on the play there. Maybe a yard. Less than a minute to go in the half. I'd almost be tempted, Coach, if you have it in single coverage, take another shot to Schlamer.
No, absolutely. Get vertical. They've had some success with it down the field.
Running is Antoine. He has to throw it away. It's picked off. Picked off and intercepted by Schultz, but he ran out of bounds.
No.
He had green grass in front of him. He got a little too excited, Coach.
He did. He started to make his cut to the sideline. He had open field down line, and he ends up falling.
Take a look back at it.
Oh, you hate to see this because I'm telling you, this had great potential of being 6, and what a big turnaround that'd be if they would have got this with getting the ball in the second half. You see here getting flushed out of the pocket, and here he just tried to plant his foot and fell.
I'm not saying it would have gone house, but it would have been pretty darn close,
yeah,
Coach.
You could see his frustration as well as the sideline with the coaches.
So now you got 33 seconds from your own 15 when it could have been a house call. And a team that doesn't take shots very often, Ray takes the snap, and it's caught by the young man who made that pick in Luke Schultz. Clock continues to tick down. It's a gain of a couple. Have to go about 80 yards in 20 seconds. Wouldn't be surprised if Hurley's just playing for the second half here, knowing you got the football. It's an out route, incomplete. 13 seconds to go.
Yeah, I'll probably look for this to be a run here with Stennis. Get some positive yards, keep it safe, especially when you're this deep in your territory.
Get the ball at halftime, put together a scoring drive, and hope your defense comes out with a stop. You'll be right back in it.
No, and obviously very fortunate for the Crusaders with
you're
with
down 3
Heritage.
scores. You don't make that
getting
play.
ready to be down 3. You're right, and to get that turnover to keep them out and getting the ball to start second half.
Rare mistake we've seen from Antoine tonight. Pocket was collapsing. He kind of forced that throw.
No, it was. I mean, he got flushed out of the pocket trying to make something happen, and costed him. But he'll learn from those.
Ray stepping up, fires a beautiful spiral down the sideline. Incomplete. It could have been offensive pass interference had the catch been made, but it looked nearly uncatchable as Glawatz pushes the defender down, just kind of trucked over him. That was Sam Graves he ran over.
No, and it was, I mean, you can't fault it. Maybe a little surprising with, being in the time that it was under 10 seconds to go or under
make a
15,
play, yeah,
but they're trying to make something happen.
Tell you what, heck of a throw there by Ray. It was a pretty ball in the air.
Yep.
7 seconds to go. Fourth down rather, and they'll just, I think, punt it away. Want to take some time though. I think if you can, if your special teams gives you enough time blocking wise, you might want to wait a couple seconds before you kick that deep. They'll take a delay of game out of it.
Going to be a delay of game against the Crusaders.
Clock was stopped though, so
Yeah,
I don't know what your benefit is there.
Yeah, absolutely. Just backs them up a little bit, but they're not in a position where any of the game clock was running.
I know it's risky, but this would be one of those where I'd try to hold the ball for just a second or two before you kick it away. I'll just boot it deep.
Good high hanger.
Fair catch called for. About a second and a half.
Might see this one time going to the end zone. I mean,
turn him loose.
Yeah, I mean, Antoine certainly has arm to get it to the end zone, 40, 45 yards.
Be intriguing to see. You go with the handoff or a kneel down, or do you try to take the shot? I'm with you, Coach. You might as well. You're past midfield. Worst case, you're just punting it right back if it's a pick. I mean, again, they could take it house, but you got to rely on the rest of your offensive players to make a stop there. Call it 1st and 10 from the 41 of Heritage Christian. 3 wide receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. And a timeout taken by Heritage Christian. They just wanted to see what the Crusaders were in there. Basically a prevent defense, keeping 3 back.
Well, and Coach Ray seeing something, maybe to have a little bit further discussion, trying to see which way they're going to go here with just a little over a second to go here for half.
Really, Coach Ray's not looking for some schoolyard fun time, a little slant route and some pitch laterals.
Yeah, well, we've seen, you remember, what was that, the Ball State, I think it was Western Michigan game last year. Kind of reminds you a little bit of the West Coast Stanford game back in the day.
It's a big game. No bands to worry about tonight. It's also halftime. Speaking of halftime, when we get there, that was some nice pieces to roll for you. Then myself and Craig will go through scores from around the state. Adjustments on both sides for the second half. One final play. 1st and 10 of the 42. See how the Eagles play it. Antoine takes the snap. waits, pressure. He'll roll out, takes a shot, fires. That's in the end zone. It's broken up, but he had the arm to get it there, though. No surprise. You took your shot, not more you could ask for.
No, absolutely, and it's back of the end zone at that. That ball was thrown about 55 yards in the air, so great job there by him.
That'll bring us to halftime. At the break, the Eagles, third ranked in all of Class 2A. 13. The 12th ranked Scecina Crusaders in Class 2A, nothing. Halftime segment, some pieces here and there. Look back at the first half and more upcoming after this. Stay with us on IndianaSRN.
High school football fans, welcome back to Friday night, to pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Friday night. This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Game day on IndianaSRN. And now here's a special message from Assistant Commissioner of the Indiana High School Athletic Association, Sandra Walter.
In cooperation with the Indiana High School Athletic Association, IndianaSRN would like to thank the men and women who officiate our sports contests. Congratulations to the following officials who've been selected as Official of the Year in their respective sport. This distinction is based on service to student athletes, coaches, and community over decades. These men and women have given countless hours to promoting and ensuring that education-based athletics are afforded to your student athlete. In cross country, Mr. Ted Knopfsinger. Soccer for 21-22, Mr. Lawrence Lohner. In volleyball in the north, Mr. Steve Klein. And in football in Lake County, Mr. Fred Schob. If you'd like to become an IHSAA official, please contact Sandra Walter at the IHSAA office. Phone number 317-846-6601. And a huge thank you to Mr. Keith Meyer and IndianaSRN for being such an advocate to our officials, our student athletes, and our administrators of 407 member schools across the state of Indiana. We certainly thank you for the support and the constant effort to promote all that is good about education-based athletics.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
I am Heritage.
Heritage Christians. We are Heritage.
I am Heritage.
We are Heritage.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
6 minutes.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian High School. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach, Craig Cox. Gotta be honest, I'm a little distracted right now, and I'm glad we have a shot of this. I want to talk about this for a second. I want to get back to the game. It's 13-0 Eagles, but we have a little bit of competition at halftime. It's the contest they do, the Dr. Pepper Challenge during the national championship games and playoffs. Just try to get the football through the tire most you can.
Quincy's taking the lead.
Yeah, obviously Dr. Pepper and Snapple will give you the $1 million tonight. It might be a Chick-fil-A meal.
It's a Chick-fil-A catering party, I think.
But either way, great excitement here on 75th Street. Great crowd here tonight. Indianapolis Colts feature game of the week. Got a great student section going on. Just got done talking through or recognizing the Heritage Christian Eagles lacrosse state championship on the girls' side. So great success for them, and kudos to them. The Chick-fil-A cows out here doing some dancing.
Looks like Quincy on the right here. And just pulled away at the end. Elena on the left, both, I think, Heritage Christian students.
Gotta like it. High
Yeah,
school football is best.
I haven't seen that brought out to, and again, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's more commonplace. You like to borrow from the pros, from the college level, but I haven't seen that type of halftime entertainment brought at a high school game yet to borrow from that Dr. Pepper challenge.
No, I love it.
I do here.
And using the nice props there with the tackle rings that they use as the props for that. So great creativity, and love to see this type of atmosphere with the youngsters out there. Getting a chance to be on the field that one day they hope to be playing on. So great to see the excitement.
Yeah,
here.
and it speaks more to just the beauty of having all sports, but high school sports in particular, back within our communities. Obviously, the COVID-19 pandemic still ongoing, but still a return to normalcy as each day gets closer and closer, and to have these communities back together, have little events like that at halftime, it's really special.
No, it is. It brings the excitement back. We've seen it, come back at the NFL, the collegiate level. But high school sports is something that just the opportunity that these kids can't ever get back. And many of them won't have the opportunity to go to the next level. So the great piece of this is lovely to see. And, every time that I get a great opportunity that we have in tonight and being doing these broadcasts, we got to give a special shout out. I would be remiss without doing so to all of our medical teams of these schools. Paul Nedig and the IHSAA and what they continue to do, just allowing the opportunity for these kids to compete each other. But what great work behind the scenes from all of high school administrators to the staff nurses to the teachers and faculty, along with just the medical teams and the protocols that are having to be followed day in and day out to give these kids opportunity, even beyond Friday night, to be able to compete against each other.
Looking back at our contest at hand, about 3-6 minutes before we get the second half started, Heritage Christian, the third-ranked Eagles in Class 2A, on top of the 12th-ranked Crusaders, 13-0. A near picture-perfect half for the Eagles in the first, Coach. What do you need to see from them in terms of consistency and keeping that momentum going in the second to walk out of here and stay perfect?
Well, I think the big thing is going to be is just continuing to come into this game, how we talked about their balanced act, and they've shown it throughout the first half. They've done quite a bit through the ground and over the air as well, so I think a lot of that is just staying true to what their culture is. They have the motto in terms of just flying high, living to the highest standard, not just on the football field but in life, and they've done that and shown that here tonight, and really has minimized the mistakes other than the one turnover that they had late there with Kyle getting flushed out of the pocket with the interception. You flip it to the Crusader side, got to get something going. Obviously, Stennis showed us a little bit there late on that last drive before the fumble. They need more of that. But it's been a tough road for them here in the first half, but it's only half over, so they got the second half here to play.
There's one downside to the way that Coach John Hurley's clubs like to play. They like to utilize their running game, and oftentimes you're going to have your big plays, but oftentimes when big leads occur on the other side, your defenses are either going to pack the box or they're going to limit your run game to the point that so much time is trickling off that clock, you're not going to be able to get in the ball game. Crusaders aren't in that dangerous territory just yet. They trail by only 13. They get the ball to start this second half. A big pick there by Luke Soltz late in the first half when it looked like the Eagles were going to go up by 3 scores. Point being, just a 2-score game right now. Crusaders can still stick with the run. They don't have to abandon it yet. They can still utilize their offensive philosophies, but they got to take care of the football.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And like you said, Jimmy, I mean, they get to start the second half. They'll really need to have a productive half. It's not even a must score by any means, but we're in a position where they have to get some positive yards going and really minimize some of the mistakes that have hurt them there. So, probably more so in the first quarter than the second. You got a very veteran coach in Coach Hurley, and the thing I was talking to you about before the beginning of the game, 90% of his coaching staff played for him as well. So they know the system. Got to keep your kids encouraged. Stay true to what your culture is, what your program pillars are, and see what the second half brings you.
13-0 advantage, Heritage Christian on top of the Crusaders with halftime wrapping up here in just a couple minutes. We're going to step out. When we come back, we'll have a look at scores around the state, look at keys of the second half for both sides. Eagles again on top, 13-0 over Scecina at half on IndianaSRN.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Just a few minutes left in the halftime festivities. Final warm-ups, final messaging on both sides between the 12th-ranked Scecina Memorial Crusaders and the 3rd-ranked Heritage Christian Eagles. Those Eagles on top, 13-0. Crusaders will receive the ball to start this second half. Take a look at some scores from around the IndianaSRN family of networks.
Yeah, so as we have this at the half, Traders Point in their homecoming game leading 21-0 over Frontier. Park Heritage in a close one here at half, 22-21, 1-point game there over Greencastle. Covenant continues to put points up on the board here. They're up right at half at 28-7 over Charles Tinley. And looks like there was another update with the Greencastle. It looks like they scored, so it's 27-22 in that game.
Coach, what do you need to see from the Crusaders in terms of their keys to second half success?
Well, again, as much as the ground game's got to be a part of what they do, but, we'd like to see things mixed up a little bit to try to open things up. They got to get Stennis going. He's a lot of what they do and carrying the load, but really trying to maybe work some of the flats, some screens, some things, just trying to mix it up to show the Heritage defense a little bit something different. Obviously, Heritage doesn't need to show really much different to what they're doing here in the second half than what they did in the first, and running that balanced attack. And then the Crusader defense has to do things to neutralize that if they want to have a chance here in the fourth quarter.
What stood out to you the most with the Eagles' play in that first half?
Well, going into it, we've said it twice. That they're averaging over 200 yards on the ground and in the air both. But I've been really impressed with the balance of play calling that they've had with Coach Ray, and then also just the discipline on the defensive side that they've held Stennis in check and really haven't given up any big gains, and have minimized their mental mistakes. And that's a lot what they play to and true to their program.
We mentioned it, Crusaders will receive the second half kick from Jesh. It's a nice end-over-ender. Taking it about the 20-yard line, and we're underway in half number 2. Blockers in front of him, and space to move for Mason Barrio. Takes it out to about the 40. Get a look at the Crusaders for the first time in the second half.
Yeah, great job there by Mason, giving them positive yardage. This happened once before on their kick, too, and then it went backwards a few times with some penalties, so hopefully they can avoid that. But great job there, about a 30-yard return to give them some great positive starting field position here to begin the second.
Punt, fumble, punt for the Crusaders in that first half. Ray in the gun. He hands it off. No surprise there to Stennis, trying to get free, and he's going to actually be tackled forward for a gain of about 3, maybe 4 on the play.
Yeah, and here I think he probably even got a little bit of assist on those yards from the Heritage defensive tackler there. Had him for a loss, but Stennis did a good job falling forward to gain some positive yards, and what brings up second and call it a short 6.
I'll concur with the yardage, and we'll have 2 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. Running backs on either side of Ray. Takes the snap. It's a pitch late to Stennis. Cuts it back to the middle of the field. He's got space. Almost broke that final tackle. Inside Crusade, make that Eagle territory.
Great footwork there by Daquan. Almost was, showed his not only athleticism, but real slippery in terms of those jump cuts there. Did it 2 or 3 times, eluding a few tacklers to get some great positive yards. And one of the few times that they've been in Eagle territory too, Jimmy.
Last time they were here, they fumbled. Hoping to get points out of this drive. They send a man in motion. That's Hill. Now he's over to the right side. Ray takes the snap. Gives to Stennis. Stennis cuts back. Almost broke another tackle. Give credit to the Eagles. They're hanging on by the shoelaces. Camden Wolf there to make what could have been a big gain, if not touchdown-saving tackle, 2nd and 4.
Well, we've talked about it enough tonight, how the ground game is who Scecina is. And coming out here in the second half, first possession, they're established that. 3 plays, 3 runs, and very positive yards here in their 4th play.
It's about 2 minutes in to this third quarter. Crusaders seeking their first points of the night. Under center is Ray. Pitch to Stennis. Swallowed up. Still turns the legs. Looked like it was going to be a gain of a yard or a loss of 1. He powers through to fight back for an extra yard or 2.
Yeah, great push there by the Eagle defense and stretching him wide. And good stiff arm by Stennis there to get what appears to be maybe 2 yards. You got 3rd and very short here, so very manageable. And this is the things that you're needing here for the offense to be able to get things going, moving chains, keeping the possession alive.
3rd and 2, the official mark from the Eagles 34. Ray under center. The give is to Stennis. He's got the first down yardage, powers through for more, near the 20, just outside of the 20. They'll mark him. Another great carry for Daquan Stennis.
Yeah, coming 12 more again. Fifth play, fifth run, same name.
You know he wants to atone and make up for that fumble. Just a rare hit. Looked like it was near the helmet when that fumble occurred. Crown of the helmet making that fumble happen on Stennis in that first half. 1st and 10 just outside the 20. Give to Stennis one more time. He'll pick up about 4. Well, it's clear Odd Hurley not deterred from that fumble in that first half. Utilizing Stennis early and often here. He'll take a quick breather.
Yeah, might need one. I was getting ready to say, just the stamina of this young man. Obviously, it's only 5 or 6 plays, but, he carries quite a bit, and they're running plays pretty quickly, too, within the play clock.
Braden Fitz-Ramsey, not a bad rotational option. Averages just under 5 yards a carry. Ball is out, though, and it's recovered by the Eagles.
Yeah, a tough again. We talked about, the first time they had great positive there in the first half in that drive. Much in the same here, same result. Hate to see that. Obviously, there was more, I think, of some communication errors.
Let's take one more look at it.
Yeah, just the up back, getting in a position where, just a little out of sync, runs into his quarterback, kind of knocks him off balance, gets the ball loose. Very unfortunate, and one that ends the same old piece as it did there in the first half that we saw.
And now you need your defense to come up big. Antoine takes the snap. The give is to Brown. He hits the truck stick there, gains about 5, lowering the boom shoulder. We have 2nd and short.
Yeah, again, we saw that a couple times, not so much in the first half, but seeing it here where, again, you're anticipating that. You got to think about ball security, especially first play after your opponent just gave it up and giving them this offensive drive. But great job of covering it up and protecting the ball here as we get 2nd and about 5.
Ray in the gun. Throughout receivers top of your screen, one at the bottom. Brown right next to him. Ray takes the snap, fakes to Brown. It's a quick out. That pass is incomplete. Broken up by Luke Soltz, the sophomore.
Yeah, great job there on the close. It was going to be one of two things. Not much yards after contact. Great hit, great presence in terms of cover. Neal just couldn't hold on to the ball. Brings up 3rd and 5 here. I haven't seen any play action tonight with them, especially you probably think you'd see a little bit more of that with having such a great ground game with Brown in the backfield, but might anticipate some of this here.
Yeah, most of those designs were rollouts versus play action plays. If you're the Crusaders, you got to have your stop here. 3rd and 5. Quick pass caught by Yates near the line to gain. I think he's going to be about a yard or 2 short, though.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jimmy. It looks like the near side looks like they're a little bit further down the field than the far. They're giving it to him right here.
All right. Tough to tell from our angle. It's a little bit to the right from where we're at in the press box here at Heritage Christian. So it is 1st down yardage.
Yeah, it looked like the our side judge
I thought he was for sure a yard short.
Short, I did too.
So call it 1st and 10 from the Eagles' 31. Brown right next to Antoine. Gives to Brown. Swallowed up. Keeps the legs moving, though. He'll gain about 3. Slowly wearing down the Crusaders in the trenches. Looked like it was Travion Woods, number 31, there on the tackle.
Yeah, before the game, being down on the field and seeing this young man in Colton Brown, he's 5'11", 180, but kid is solid. I tell you, he's built really good athlete, runs hard, but he has the finesse with it too. He's got great feet when he gets to the edge with some speed, but has shown his ability to be a downhill runner off these A-gaps as well. 5
minutes into this third quarter, 2nd and 7 from the 34. Stepping back, Antoine. Being pressured. He'll fire a shot downfield. It's caught by Yates at the 30-yard line. What a snag.
Wow. Which, again, he's Antoine's flushed once again out of the pocket. We're in a position where he's throwing this on the run. Just what a fabulous throw. But what on the back end of that, what an athletic play and having to come back, leaving his feet. and being pretty well covered.
One more look at it if we can. I mean, this is on the move with pressure coming, Coach.
Yeah, on his backside, and then just getting this here. And again, had great coverage. Great job.
Quality placement there. Handoff is to Brown. He'll pick up 5. I mean, and for a junior, and again, we talked about it, just under 70% completion rate on the season. But you talk about taking chances. You talk about putting the football in a position where your receiver can make a play on it. He did exactly that for Yates.
No, and the 2 scores that he's done, that Kyle's thrown to Schleimer, it's been the same thing. And even with that there, he's done a great job with pocket presence and knowing when he needs to be out of it and making plays.
2nd and 5 from the Crusaders, 25. Dropping back. It's a screen. Caught by Schleimer. Dancing his way near first down yardage. Looks like he'll have it. Let's see. It will move the chains. Maybe. There we go. Chain gang was kind of punking me there. Couldn't tell if he was swaying towards the first down yardage or not. They give it to him. 1st and 10 at the 20.
Again, Eagles continuing to show great balance attack. Been through run and in the air here.
2 for 3 in the red zone tonight. Handoff is to Brown. Swallowed up. Still able to turn and give credit to the offensive line of the Eagles. Brown's still able to turn what looks like no gainers into 2 or 3. I mean, those are the type of plays that'll start to add up, Coach, particularly in the trenches, because you think you stop them dead to rights, and, oh, no, we're moving a little bit. It's a 3-yard gain.
No, absolutely, and I'll tell you, great job there by Brown of being patient. He didn't see the hole open up, kind of paused for a moment, saw the push of his line, and then got low and dove forward a bit for some positive yards.
2 wide receivers at the top of your screen, 1 at the bottom. Antoine keeps it himself. He's got space. He'll go to the end zone for the touchdown. Kyle Antoine's 7th touchdown rush on the ground. 19-0 Heritage Christian.
Well, again, as we see this here, great job of his read. Almost looked like a design draw, but great job of navigating the hole, making a great read up the middle, up the seam, and hitting it to the outside.
Let's take one more look at it if we have it.
Yeah, again, as we see here, just a delayed draw coming right up the seam. Makes a great hit, gets to the outside, and cashing in on 6 more. Tell you, it's the 2nd time that they've capitalized on turnovers in turning them into points.
Mateo Jesh on for the point after try. Good snap, good hold, and that kick is good. So Mesh redeems himself from the earlier miss, and it's 20-0. Heritage Christian, 4:37 left to go in this 3rd quarter. Stay with us on IndianaSRN.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Back at Heritage Christian High School, the drive capped off by about a 12-yard rush for Kyle Antoine, but the table was set, Coach, by that insane strike from Antoine to Yates.
No, totally set him up, and you got to have big plays like that to get you down the field, and Antoine's got a lot of weapons to be able to go to in that, but again, great athletic move to get them down the field to set that score up.
That's going to get near the sideline. It'll be out of bounds. Flag on the kicking team. Jesh did not get all that he wanted to, so they'll assess the penalty yardage.
Yeah, we're obviously in a position, you talk about the last turnover and then Heritage getting this, and again, staying true to who they are. I mean, they're at a position where they're putting about 40 yards on the ground, 40 yards in the air, or 30, let's say, and they're in a position where they put it in 6 points. So continue to find great balance, and it's got to be tough for teams week in and week out that they're faced with.
I'll hold this thought for a second as it's 1st and 10 from the 35 after the penalty yardage. Handoff is to Stennis, and he's swallowed up after a gain of about 5. You're never going to punt on a game, Coach.
And he's hurt too. Can't.
You hope he's all right.
He's just popped up, but he's gimpy.
Limping a little
bit. Going back down. Hopefully it's just a cramp.
Obviously, we'll move away from the scene and hope for the best for Stennis, whatever that is. But I want to keep it here for a second. Point being, you're never going to abandon the contest in terms of your game or your strategy. Crusaders might not win this one, but this is a team you might face again in the sectional. That very well could happen. And you look at what's happened in this game, it's a game of inches, right? They say two big fumbles past midfield that could have been drives that led to points, if not touchdowns for the Crusaders. This is an entirely different ballgame.
No, great pickup there. Yeah, no, without question, could be a very, very different game in terms of that. And you talk about that to your team as minimizing, the mental mistakes, when you talk about penalties and certainly fumbles, that both of them have cost them dearly because they had such positive yards on both of those drives that Heritage turned into points on the flip side. So it's almost 14-point swings when you look at both of those areas. And, it's always great to, regardless of sport, when you can play a team that you might see in the postseason, helps you to play them as opposed to just seeing them on film.
Daquan Stennis still being attended to. 4:27 left to go in this third quarter. Eagles 20. Crusaders nothing. We'll step out.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Oh, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Back here at Heritage Christian, Daquan Stennis helped off by his teammates. Prayers to him. Hope he's all right.
Yes.
As the Crusaders stole the football here. But again, he's had a heck of a night. And as we mentioned coming into this game, Stennis, the kind of heartbeat to this Crusaders offense.
No, he's really the staple. And I'll tell you, somebody will have to certainly step up, not only from the ground game, but probably trying to open some things up if they all can with the pass as well.
Under center's Ray. Braden Fitz-Ramsey in there at tailback. They'll play action and roll out. Ray looking, running out of time, floats it downfield, picked off, but I think it's going to be pass interference.
Yeah, seeing the laundry coming in at that point makes you want to.
I suppose it could be offensive, but likely it'll be PI one way or the other. Let's see. If it's on the Crusaders, it's a pick for the Eagles. If it's on the Eagles, the drive will continue. It is on the Eagles, pass interference.
Well, and that's something the Crusader offense certainly needs. Any positive yards you can get it, whether it's through a penalty or a positive play at that. Just play the field position and hope for the best that they can get something going here. But certainly want to certainly shout out to Stennis and what a great game that he's had. And certainly we haven't seen the last of him, we hope, and that the young man is okay.
Yeah, senior having a strong campaign, 402 yards in 4 games. Coming into this contest. Such a fun player to watch. 1st and 10 from the Eagles 40 after the pass interference. Ray drops back, fires, tipped, almost intercepted.
Well, and you've seen two. You've had 2 plays that Stennis has been out. And what have they been, Jimmy? 2 passes. So we're in a position now where we're probably going to see a little bit more air assault to see what they might be able to get done there.
Now, again, I know he's not on the level of Stennis. You wouldn't expect him to be with Stennis being the senior. But Fitz Ramsey
Correct.
has 31 carries for 153 yards. We mentioned averages right around 5 yards a carry. He's a capable back. At times, it'll be intriguing to see when Hurley decides to go to him in the ground game.
No, without question. They're going to have to put it on the ground at times. There's no doubt.
Ray throws through it before his receiver was ready, almost picked by Graves. It's the second time he's thrown in that area. Once was tipped, that time just a clean opportunity for Graves. They couldn't get either. Dodge a bullet.
And I'm sure he wants that one back. Saw the coaching staff on the side too. Those don't come often, and so you hope when they do that you capitalize. But at the same time, puts them in a third and long situation here to where they're without their lead back, and we're hoping soon that Fitz Ramsey might be able to get in the mix here. But certainly looks as it's going to be a pass.
Now 3rd and 10. Ray drops back. Pressure coming. He's able to avoid it. Breaks out of the pocket. Fires deep downfield. Has a man. It's caught. I think it's Barrio on the reception inside the 10-yard line. What a strike from Ray to Mason Barrio. And the Crusaders in business.
I'll tell you what, too, what a fabulous job with Ray eluding 2 tackles. And then on top of that, they get a penalty with roughing the passer. So there's going to be some added to this, Jimmy. But great job of getting flushed out of the pocket with Heritage bringing the noise and him making a great strike. And for Barrio making a great athletic play and giving them some positive yards to set them up, hopefully what might be their first touchdown.
And give major credit, again, let's take a look back at this. Give major credit to Ray staying poised. One more look here.
Yeah, dropping back here. Heritage getting great presence up the front, and he shows by getting flushed out of the pocket, getting out, takes a hit, and just puts a strike there. And again, we had great coverage, and Barrio just making a great play.
The same thing we saw from Antoine for the Eagles. He put it in a position to give Barrio a chance to make a play. 1st and goal from the 4. They hand off to Ramsey. He'll walk into the end zone for the Crusader touchdown.
So a much needed. Great job there by the Crusaders. And I'll tell you what a great credit to them, in the first half, having what they did and the turnovers here that they had earlier in this quarter after a positive drive, and then coming right back. Even though a lot of it was negated here by a penalty early on, but 2 good strikes here and setting them up for the first quarter of the game to still make it potentially a 2-possession game.
5 yards out from Fitz Ramsey. Point after try pending for Mendoza. Good snap. Good hold. Kick is right down Broadway. 3:29 left to go in this third quarter. Crusaders making a game out of it. 20-7, Eagles still lead on IndianaSRN.
You want a career that fuels your passion for sports and physical activity. IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences offers that and more. You'll have insider access to sports, fitness, and exercise science professionals and learn from faculty with years of industry experience. And with Indy as your classroom, you'll study next to world-class sports facilities, Olympic governing bodies, the NCAA, and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to launch your sports industry career. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
A 5-yard touchdown run by Brandon Fitz Ramsey puts the Crusaders on the board. Dora receives that kickoff and takes to about the 20-yard line for Heritage Christian.
What a great open field tackle here. What looked to be might be a good return. Looked like I think that might be Barrio again, if I'm not mistaken. And it is. I just caught the long 46-yarder to set up the touchdown there for Fitz Ramsey, and then making a great open field tackle here on the return. I'll tell you, Jimmy, I mean, if Scecina can get a good stop here, whether it's a 3 and out or just forcing Eagles to not get a score here, it's a wide open game.
Have not seen a ton of resistance from the Crusaders defense so far tonight. Need to step up big here. 1st and 10 from about the 15. Brown tries to make a man miss. He does. Look out to the first down marker. Had one more man to juke out, and he might have been to the house. Could not do it, but he gets the first down to move the chains.
Yeah, and the wind, the way that you take the wind out of the sail when you're out of your opponent is when they can score when you can answer. And so that's what Heritage needs to do here. And what a great positive first play of this possession with Brown picking up 12 and moving the chains once again.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Eagles' 31-yard line. Again, we've yet to see a true form of resistance from the Crusader defense. Tonight, one pick, it should be noted. They did get a pick in the red zone, but that was more of a poor throw by Antoine. Handoff is to Brown, moving the chains again. A gain of 10, maybe 11 on the carry. Colton Brown been putting on a show on the ground. We've seen some electric throws from Antoine, but Brown has been a steady steed in the backfield as well.
No, almost identical call and identical results. 11, 12 yards there once again, moving chains once again. As those chains moves, everyone also understands that clock's moving as well. Time possession and ball control is a big part of your possessions here.
Again, you do have a whole other quarter to play with, but you can't let another scoring drive develop. Brown once more cuts it back upfield. He's got blockers to the 45-40, 35-30. One man to beat. He's brought down near the 20-yard line, but there is some laundry on the field. I think it's going to be a block in the back.
Yeah, usually when you get them out there on the edge in this, that's usually what it results in. Unfortunate because you got about 35, almost 40 yards on that play, but we'll wait for the call here by the officials. They're certainly looking.
Yeah.
Anytime they're turning back and looking at the team.
Anytime you see a conversation looking for jersey numbers, it's never good.
It's always tough, too, when you're on the edge there and you have that. It looks like it's a holding.
Yep.
But you want to do all you can for your guys. And
a personal foul as well.
Both of them. That would be declined. The second of the two. Still will march it back, though.
So, again, this will be another one of those. It's the weird aspects of it where it'll be first down yardage, I believe, but the penalties will move you back.
Correct.
Kind of reset the stage.
Yep, still be 1st and 10.
So the Eagles will huddle back up. Been a heck of a day for Heritage Christian. Again, it'll be first down yardage for.
That's interesting here. They're calling it 1st and 5. But obviously marching them back, but that's.
So call it 1st and 5 from the 46. Keeper. Spinning away is Antoine for the first down yardage.
Yeah, looks like he's getting about 8 there. Showed some great athleticism there as well. We saw that in the first half with the spin. Let him get maybe 3, if not 4 more yards there.
The Eagles have yet to guess right. The Crusaders have yet to guess right on that option, where he can either hand it off or take it himself. And Antoine.
Yeah, read option is something that is it makes it really tough for the defense. You got to really stay disciplined, stay home, own your assignment to be able to effectively guard that.
90 seconds to go in the quarter. Handoff is to Brown. Good pursuit and wrap up there by the Crusaders.
Barrio once again.
One more time, Mason putting his name in the stat sheet. He's had a heck of a night, Coach.
Yes, he has, on both sides of the ball. And this is a multi-sport young man as well. Dad is on the coaching staff, who also graduated from the school, but playing the safety spot, coming from the deep position and making that. So great pursuit on that play.
You still have, if you are Heritage Christian, plenty of time to continue to milk this clock. But on the Crusaders side of things, this is still territory where you can get the ball back without giving up any points. And that's a great way to keep those chances alive. Nice sack made by number 51, Adam Young. He brings the pressure.
51 Young.
Yeah, great job there. Kyle obviously trying to spin out of it there, just couldn't quite do it. Great pursuit there by Adam in getting a loss. And now you're at a place where you're at third and almost 20. Here it is, Jimmy. I mean, they get a good stop here. You might see your first punt of the night being in this area.
That'll likely be the final play of the quarter. At the end of 3, the third-ranked Heritage Christian Eagles on top of the 12th-ranked Scecina Memorial Crusaders, 20-7. Crusaders looking for a stop. It'll be 3rd and 17 for the Eagles when we come back for the fourth quarter on IndianaSRN.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Back here at Heritage Christian. Start of the fourth quarter about to get underway. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach, Craig Cox. 3rd and 17 upcoming for the Eagles. They lead Scecina 20-7. In case you're just joining us, here's your scoring plays. A nice touchdown, 5 yards out, caught by Zach Schlamer for the first score of the game. 15-yard touchdown as well for Schlamer in that second quarter. Big run for Kyle Antoine to make it 21-0. Crusaders' lone scoring play was a handoff. That's a wild pass that's thrown out of bounds. Pressure was coming to Antoine. That handoff, by the way, on the score was Brandon Fitz-Ramsey from about 5 yards out, and a late flag thrown.
Yeah, and I think this might be, I could be wrong, but I think this might be I think this is going to be on Antoine when he's walking off the field. I think he was the intentional grounding. Well, I guess it's still on Antoine. Lost it down. But I'll tell you, he's under great duress there, trying to make something happen. But give credit to the Crusaders coming up the middle and putting the pressure on.
He's lucky that what happened in the first half didn't happen again because he had pressure in the first half, made a risky throw. It was picked off. You could see the defender kind of tracking it the whole way, and he was able to get enough on it to throw it out of bounds. But still, grounding is the call.
Yeah. No, I saw Kyle turn towards the ref, and glad to see it was intentional grounding, not unsportsmanlike conduct there. But 4th and 30. You might see a little bit of punt here, but I'll tell you what, they're not here. He's going to back up.
Yep, and that's what you saw in that first half before they drew him off sides. It's an end-over-ender that will take an Eagles bounce. We have a flag on the field as well. Down it with a little bit of breeze to try to get it. For some more speed by Broderick, it'll be down to the 31, but again, there is a flag on the play. Let's see where this ends up. Initial point appears to be towards the Eagles. Let's wait for confirmation. Now, maybe not. I don't know. It'd be a weird place for a flag on the Eagles.
Are they going personal foul? Tell you, that hurts. Those are the types of things that just keep hurting you. I mean, they had pretty decent field position, at about the 34. Now this is going to put it back about the 20.
And again, we talk about the way the Crusaders like to run. I know Ray had a big pass there, but they like to run the football. You got 80 yards to cover, and that's not going to be – you could have a big gainer, but assuming it's a methodical drive, Coach, you're going to rely on your defense again at some point here if you're able to get these points.
No, without question. After getting a score and then getting a stop, which is what you always want, to where you don't give up the answers and force them, to the first punt of the game. And they got a chance to make this a one-score game.
Wide receiver at the top of your screen. That's Watts. 2 wide receivers at the bottom as well. Ray with Fitz-Ramsey right next to him. 1st and 10 from the 17. Takes the snap. Give us to Ramsey. He breaks a tackle. Makes another man miss to the 30. Got a blocker to the 35. Forced out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Thrown heavily down there. at the 40. And what a big gainer from Brandon Fitzramsey coming in relief for the injured DeQuan Stennis.
Well, I'll tell you, too, he's like, Coach, what about me? Who's Stennis who? Type of thing. But he wants people to know about him as well and to carry his team a bit. And this team needs that, without having somebody like DeQuan in the backfield averaging 135. They need plays like this, and a gain of 23 helps.
We'll take a break. 11:35 left in the fourth. Eagles 20, Crusaders 7 on IndianaSRN.
I'm Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
Back at Heritage Christian, 1st and 10 from the Crusaders 37. High snap to Ramsey, swallowed up in the trenches. Take a look back at the big gainer from Ramsey a couple minutes ago.
Well, here's Ramsey coming in for Stennis. Does a great job up the seam, bounces the outside. Just does a great job, footwork, and getting some great positive yards, gain of 23.
Officials calls for my time. Now he's ready to go. Clock back rolling. 2nd and 10. From the Crusaders' own 37. Good snap. Ray pressured, and he holds on to the football. That's the most fortunate thing that happened there. But the pain was brought.
Deep in the backfield by number 15, Buckland for the Eagles.
A great pursuit right up the gut right there, and says, hello, Mom and Dad. Hope you got that on camera. Very exciting, obviously, when you're any defensive player getting a blitz coming right up the gut and recording a sack here. And came at a great time where it's putting the Crusaders at 3rd and very long.
Give the sack to Buckland for the Crusaders. 3rd and forever. Pressure coming. Ray is brought down again.
And when one is not enough, take it a second time.
That was Tyler Marsh on the sack.
2.
Number 35, Tyler Marsh.
And I believe I'm going to make a correction to that first one. I think Marsh might have had both those. Let's take a look back at it.
Yeah, again, same play, same drop, coming right up the seam. Great job. Back-to-back sacks for the Eagles, which, again, you got the Crusaders answering their score, and now you got the Eagles defense answering Crusaders defense, trading back and forth here. See what happens with the return.
Low snap. Able to get the punt away. Impressive speed on it. It's tracked down, though, at the 40-yard line.
Here comes some flags.
Schlamer,
2 of them.
Flags everywhere, but he's still going to try to go house. Why not? Got another block. Schlamer has space, runs through a seam, one man to beat. To the 10, he's brought down, so can't take it house call. But again, as Coach mentioned, laundry all over the field. That's coming back.
Yeah, I got 3 of them. Actually, make it a 4th down here at the 5-yard line. 4 flags. This will be interesting how we navigate
I guess the
through all
Eagles
this.
decided they're going to get their money's worth after the first one. You might as well just try to get a house.
No, and then might add, too, save the score was Barrio again. We've been calling his name quite a bit tonight. And great job by Schlemmer.
I wonder if that's going to be against the Crusaders, though, that last flag down there.
No, I think it would almost have to be being late for whatever that might be. I think the first 2 were blocking the back, so we got a couple back here at the 40-yard line.
See how things shake up. All the officials having a discussion.
It's going to take a Zoom call to get this one done.
Take a look back at the other sack.
And again, just right up the middle, great penetration. Probably more than likely a missed assignment when you get them that clean, what looked like to be on back-to-back plays.
Well, the conference still occurring from the officials. Only one that really matters is the man in the white hat.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jimmy, there's a lot to talk about on this one. I don't know that there's too many plays that we've seen four flags. Be some good quick sign language here.
He's going to have a conversation with Coach Ray, excuse me, my apologies.
He's like, which one do you want to take here? Penalty 1, back there. Penalty 2, over there. Penalty 3, down there.
Well, that's interesting that he's having the conversation with Ray, because you would think that the first 2 or 3 flags that are there are going to be on Heritage Christian.
Yeah, well, and he's probably maybe talking about how they're marking these off and which penalty negates the other.
They sent one carrier pigeon to the other official over to talk to Coach Hurley over there.
Well, might as well get the athletic directors involved too. Let's let them know. You got the looks like the back judge is here still with the ball back here at the 39. Long conference. Looks like here we're getting ready to get this call.
Illegal substitution.
That's declined as legal substitution. They have a block in the back.
Push in the back.
That one will be accepted.
After the play.
And after the play, the unsportsmanlike conduct goes against the Eagles.
Yeah.
So
that's like a lot of dance moves there.
Every which way but loose there for Heritage Christian. You thought maybe they might get one call down there, and instead the whole deck
I'll tell you, this
against the Eagles.
Be about 75 to 80 yards loss here when Schleimer took this ball down to about the Crusader 10. Now that they're at their own 14. So quite a bit of difference in field space here. Quite a bit more green to play with.
And I tell you what, again, you want him to run it out. You want to try to score. But if Schleimer doesn't try to go house there, at least one of those penalties never happens.
Absolutely. No, great pickup.
Crusaders in a world of trouble, though, on the defensive side of the ball. Finally got the stop they wanted, and then Aiden Ray was lit up left and right. They need another stop. They're running out of time. 9:24 left to go in this fourth quarter. Eagles lead by 13 with the football. 1st and 10. We'll call it from their own 14. Ray in the gun. Brown next to him. Hands off to Brown. He'll keep pushing the legs forward. Gain of 4, maybe 5 on the play. Tonight's broadcast is copyrighted by the IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. For the private use of our audience, the use of pictures, videos, or audio without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited.
Yeah, obviously, your Heritage right now, the ground game so much better than the air. However, Antoine has not only great completion percentages, but also has shown that tonight. So either way, you kind of still keep the clock going, but you probably think that Heritage is going to do quite a bit more running in these last 8 minutes.
Call it 2nd and 6, a gain of 4. Ball on about the 16-yard line. Handoff is to Brown. Parts the C, breaks a tackle, 1st down and more to the 35.
Gain of 15 there, great job. And again, the thing that I like about Brown is he's always downhill running, but he's at a place where he understands the presence of his defenders, and when that comes around, you really see him doing a great job of having great ball security. Really heady runner, very patient, and hits his holes really well.
Clock continues to run, approaching 8 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Eagles with a 13-point lead and possession of the football. 1st and 10 from the 34. Handoff again to Brown, and this time he's swallowed up. Initial tackle made there by David Mendez, the sophomore.
You see, too, which rightfully so, teams you get in this position, clock's running. The last 2 plays, they ran this play clock down to about 3 seconds. So really doing a good job of maximize game management and the time clock.
We're going to go back to this as the game goes on. We mentioned it already, but, Coach, those fumbles are going to what really comes back to bite the Crusaders here. When you go back and look at the film, it could be a tie ball game right now, if not the lead with that missed extra point.
No, absolutely. Talk about it right after the play.
Antoine dropping back, screen to Brown, wrapped up initially, but he broke through it And then he's swallowed back up on the second effort by Travion Woods. Flag comes in late.
You might get a helmet-to-helmet here, possibly. That flag was thrown right after he broke the first tackle and hit the second. But you're right, Jimmy. Going back to your previous comment on those fumbles, what do we got here? A two-possession game. You got two lost fumbles on very positive yardage drives that ended in fumbles, and the Eagles turned those into points. Certainly took a big shot here. He broke that.
We'll take a break and step away. 7:07 left. Eagles by 13 on IndianaSRN.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
Welcome back. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach Craig Cox. 7:07 left to go. In this one, Eagles lead 20-7. Colton Brown shook up on the play. They called targeting against the Crusaders. Hope he's okay.
Yeah, they're taking him to the locker room as well. Never a good sign for the young man, but took a big helmet-to-helmet shot there, and probably quite woozy, but looked like his right arm was being held up too.
Probably examined for a concussion. Double check to make sure everything's okay. Our prayers with Brown, our prayers with Stennis, who got hurt earlier today. On the other side for the Crusaders. 1st and 10 from the 48. Inside Crusader territory. Man in motion is Schlamer. They'll give to Schlamer on the jet sweep. He tries to cut it back, and he's swallowed up. Good play there by Patrick Hill. Second down.
Might add, too, with Brown going out, they'll probably package A.J. Neal in there now in the backfield as the primary back with the loss of Brown at this time.
Going to be a loss of a couple. We'll say 2nd and 12 from the Eagles' own 49. Tough snap. Going to take a shot, and that's in the dirt. Antoine had Schlamer put a laser, but just a tad low.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I've said it a couple times tonight, maybe in a different way, but I love the comfort that Kyle shows outside the pocket. He really shows great versatility when he's out of the pocket, being able to throw on the run. Very poised. And not a bad ball thrown there. It was a little low, but, I mean, in those cases, it's either one of two things happen. Your guy's going to catch it, exactly, or the defense can't get to it.
It's only thrown where your receiver can make that play, otherwise harmlessly incomplete.
Absolutely.
3rd and 12. Antoine. He'll roll right. Blitz coming. Pass. Caught. And broken tackle initially before he's thrown down. Isaac Jones on the reception.
And Travion Woods on the tackle there. He's been a big linebacker, second on the team in tackles behind his brother. Looks like we're going to get a timeout here. Scecina.
We'll take one as well. 6 minutes even in the final quarter. Eagles by 13 on IndianaSRN.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
You sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
6 minutes to go in this final quarter. It's a 4th and 12 for Heritage Christian. From their own 47.
Punt is off.
Punt's an end-over-ender that's secured at about the 21-yard line, and a flag is, correction, not a flag, just the marker official throws to show where the spot was. Again, tough to tell from our vantage point. I will say, though, even though the vantage point is higher, this is one of the more beautiful press boxes in the state in terms of the visual siding. Coach, I wasn't sure when we got up here roof level what it'd be like, but the view is spectacular.
No, it is. It is an interesting piece, but very creative by the Heritage Christian Athletic Department. Press box sits on top of the school. Gives a great opportunity for viewing purposes. Got a few pace setters get the pedometer working with the stairs getting up here.
Yeah, my step count is at a weekly high right now.
No, it is, but greatly decorated and great people here.
1st and 10 from the 20. It's a quick screen. Taken to the 25 near the 30. Almost first down yardage. Caught by Luke Soltz.
Yeah, a couple quick score updates as well. Covenant leads Tinley 28-7 late in the third. Traders Point pouring it on homecoming night against Frontier. They're up 34-0.
Ray floats it. Incomplete. Broken up. Tamir Woods is intended receiver. Good coverage there by Camden Wolf. It'll be 3rd and 1. Coach, this is urgency time. 5.5 to go. You're down 2 scores. I know you're going with these short passes, and right now your main goal on 3rd down, obviously move those chains, but if you're able to continue the drive, you got to have a little bit more urgency here.
No, you do. Things got to come, and they got to come quick. You got 5 minutes to go. You're down 2 scores, and that has to come after 1 score if you get it to be able to get a stop as well. So they do. They got to be able to get down the field, test the DB and the defensive backfield at this point late in the game.
1 wide receiver at the top, 3 to the bottom of your screen. High snap for Ray. Looks like a bubble screen. It is indeed that, and it's sniffed out the whole way by Camden Wolf.
Yeah,
and it's 4th down.
Great job there on his cover. Didn't leave his man. Got him a little bit more zone coverage there, but came back in to follow his mare, Tamir Woods, to break that play up. But I like the play call there and catching them off guard. One other quick score update. Park Heritage scored twice, and Greencastle answered theirs twice. That game has gone back and forth, 4 possessions in a row, 2 by each team. Park Heritage up 36-34.
Well, you can basically call this the ball game for the Crusaders. 4th and 1 from their own 30, down 2 scores. Handoff is to Ramsey. He gets the first down.
Oh. Yeah, got to get new set of downs here, move the chains. But like you said a few plays ago, Jimmy, it's time to go down the field at this point. You got some timeouts left. Use the sidelines to the best of your ability. Get some positive yards.
1st and 10 from the 38 of the Crusaders. It's a screen pass caught by Barrios. Makes a man miss, trying to get around the edge. He has a block there, and he's finally wrapped up, but flags will fly. Either a block in the back or a hold. Guilty party is going to be Jalen Long.
Again, flags on the field.
The officials conference once again.
Well, when you can get this a play that you get that's ran by Scecina, but they lose yards, time off the clock, advantage Heritage.
Personal foul called against the Crusaders. So that negates everything, and now, Coach, forget everything that I said before. Now the urgency's at peak level. It's DEFCON 4 now, Coach.
No,
it's time to
let it
bring
go.
in everything you have.
Yeah, no, without question. Aiden's going to have to be able to let this go and try to get some plays made, getting vertical, getting down the field.
1st and 25 for about the 20. Ray, pressured, fires, has a man. Barrio catches it, and he'll get back that penalty yardage and then some. We'll call it 2nd and 8 off of that 17-yard hookup from Ray to Barrio.
So you got another player down here. Looks like one from Heritage.
Yeah, it's an Eagle.
Looks to be a cramp here, so that's a good thing.
We'll keep it here temporarily. Officials will call my time, and we'll step away now altogether. 4:43 left to go in this final quarter. Crusaders trying to put together a drive on SRN.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at ReynoldsFarmEquipment.com.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian High School. 4:43 left in this final quarter. Eagles on top 20-7. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach Craig Cox. Crusaders trying to put together a scoring drive. They need 2 scores in less than 5 minutes. And a lot of work to do on this first opportunity. Ball on their own 34-yard line, 2nd and 7. Snap, handoff. Ramsey finally brought down. Fitz Ramsey on the carry. Give him 5 or 6 on the call there.
Yeah, so bring up 3rd and short here again, but naturally 4 down territory. So you got a couple here to get you 3 yards.
3rd and 2, high snap. Ray gonna go for it all down the sideline. Has his man caught for the touchdown.
How about that? Great call. Hadn't seen that all night getting vertical, but what a great pass by Aiden there to late it, and what a fantastic job. What it looks like Glowitz. Haven't had his name called tonight, but what a prime time to call it. Jimmy, with this right here, we're 1 score away. This game's still got plenty of time with 4 minutes to go. Pressure will be on the Eagles to make something happen here.
Christian Merriweather, he came in at least positionally on the depth chart listed as a fullback, coach.
Yeah.
I think that's just Coach Hurley spreading his options around, but breaking speed down the sidelines for the senior.
Yeah, I'll tell you, and he caught it. Wasn't bad coverage, and when he caught it, he was pretty much blanket covered and just outran the guy. So, again, you talk about another position, your number's called, you line up in a different position, what do you got to do? You got to make plays.
Strap in, 4:01 left to play. Eagles 20, Crusaders within 6 on IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
.401 left to play. Might see an onside kick here by the Crusaders. They just put a scoring drive together to bring them within 6, and it'll be a squib kick instead. It'll roll to the 20 and be fallen on by Antoine. Good call there. Not to try to pick it up and run, just fall on it. It'll be Eagles football at the 20. One more look at that strike from Ray to Merriweather.
I tell you what, Ray right here drops back, has a little bit of pressure too, but again, great coverage, put the ball right where he needed to, and then we got Glowitz just outruns the guy for about 25 yards to take it to the house for about a 60-yard touchdown to pull the Crusaders within 1 score. And might I add, too, with that missed field goal, or excuse me, extra point that Heritage had, makes it a winnable game with a score.
Crusaders defense in need of a stop, less than 4 minutes to go. Eagles hoping to milk this one away. Antoine will keep it himself. He's wrapped up and spins. They're going to mark him, I think, a gain of a yard, maybe 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And, Coach, this is where things really get interesting for Heritage Christian because Colton Brown's left the game, we're assuming with concussion-like symptoms. He was hit in the head on the play, so he's likely out for the remainder of this contest. Now you're having to run things with your backup running back and A.J. Neal, a couple other options there. You're not going to be able to as efficiently milk the clock on the ground as you could with Brown.
No, without question. He's one that's more of that downhill guy, more power runner. He's not going to give you that finesse to the outside that Colton gives you and the feet as much. Got another couple Heritage players down here. One's getting up, one's staying down, so hopefully he's okay here. But, yeah, you're right, Jimmy. I mean, that's a big piece to that, especially in terms of just the balanced attack that Heritage has and how it opens up the passing game so much. And we're in a position here where it's 3rd and long with being 3rd and 8. Scecina's right where they need to be with gaining some momentum here late in the 4th.
We'll take a break and be right back. 3:16 left to go. Eagles with a big 3rd down coming, clinging to a 6-point lead.
How does a good man become even better? By working out? Or by working his way up the corporate ladder? By changing his diet? Or by changing his style? By traveling the world? Or by staying perfectly still? For 300 years, we've helped good men become the best versions of themselves through a dedicated fraternity and by taking an oath to live a life of integrity, service, and brotherly love. Men who are as committed to each other and their families as they are to our noble cause. In the end, we don't just make men better, we make them Masons. Not just a man, a Mason.
Third and 7 for the Eagles. Their starting right tackle, Ethan Orsted, has left the game with an apparent hand injury. Eagles lead by 6. Ball at their own 20. Dropping back, pressure coming, a strike, it's caught by Schlemer. I think that's enough to move the chains. Indeed it is. Big play by Antoine. We've seen a number of those staying poised in the pocket tonight, Coach.
No, not only that, but again, putting it where the defense can't get. But that's now the 4th time tonight that Schlemer has put himself in a position where he's tight-roping that sideline and the fancy footwork to what he needed to do in order to not only move the chains but keep this clock going.
Zach Schlemer, plenty of nice catches throughout the evening. 1st and 10 for about the 30. Keeper. They swallow up Antoine, but he's able to gain about 3, maybe 4 on the play. Is it a fumble?
Fumble.
Crusaders think they have it. Let's see. Was he down? What's the call?
Yeah.
I thought he was down.
3rd. Yeah.
I was going to say, from our initial vantage point, I thought for sure he was down. Crusaders beside themselves. But if you're one of those leaders on the Scecina defense, you got to keep your emotions in check and everybody calm back down.
Yeah, next play. And, I mean, the thing is, in high school football, there's no replay.
Right,
so if you don't get yourself in a position where you get that early signal from the officials, it's just not going to come.
2nd and 7, they'll call it from the Eagles' 35. Just over 2.5 to play. Crusaders trying to get a stop and get one more crack at it. Eagles trying to milk this one away. Antoine. Hands off to Neal. He's got a little bit of space. Picks up about 4. It'll be 3rd and manageable. Another big 3rd down upcoming.
Again, just positive yards, keeping that clock moving. You're getting that position. Again, you're back at 3rd down. I'm sure if the Crusaders do their job here, this will be an interesting call whether or not Coach Ray would go for it on 4th down in his own territory and play against field position, but we'll have to see what happens here on 3rd down.
Under 2 to play. 10 on the play clock. Call it 3rd and about 3. Antoine takes the snap, keeps it himself, extending. I think he's going to be about a yard short.
It's going to be tough. This might get measured. It looks, I'm with you. I think it looks, at least where we're spotted at now, it looks just short of that.
So what do you do, Coach? You go with the sneak, roll the dice, try to get it.
I'll tell you what.
Put it away with 90 seconds to go.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're less than a half yard away. I think you're at the position now where you place your trust in what you've controlled the offensive side of the ball tonight and get a strong push. The O-line has done a great job in doing that, and I think that you get here and just run a sneak with Antoine.
They will call timeout for measurement. We'll stay here. Eyeballing it, I think he's short, but again, we're high above the press box. Tough to say. Let's take a look.
No, he is. I don't know.
Knows the football, got the first down.
How about that? That's probably your ball game there.
Give credit to Kyle Antoine fighting and extending for that extra yardage. Crusaders dismayed by the call, by the nose of the football. Eagles likely to hang on.
Yeah. No, I mean, at this point, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think Scecina might have one more timeout left. But, yeah, I mean, you probably get this, and they might be taking it right now.
That's their last timeout per our group here in the press box. So 90 seconds to go.
That's probably,
first and 10, that'll about wrap it up, Coach.
Yeah, you're probably getting ready to be in victory formation at this point. And, the thing about it is, that's interesting with tonight is this gets them off to a 5-0 start, which is the best start in program history. And speaking to Coach Ray a few days ago on our conference call, he was just talking about, the points of his team in terms of their motto is to fly higher, and not just on the football field, but playing the highest standard in life. He really has felt great in terms of the mix that he has in this year with a lot of returning starters along with a fair amount of newcomers that just love to compete. But what a great testament to Coach Ray, his staff, his players, and off to the best start in school history, which we're a minute 35 away from being 5-0.
It'll be 13 years this November since the last time the Heritage Christian Eagles had state championship hardware housed here at 75th Street.
Yeah,
it's a big win, and you mentioned best start in program history. That is where the bar is and the mission is for Coach Ray and company.
No, without question. And there's been some great ones, back in the Ron Qualls era. Like you said, they went down to state a few different times and winning those. And so you're talking about a good solid programs that they have had in the past. And to start 5-0, they're in a great position. Next week they're going up against Covenant, who's a 1A team, last year's state champions at the 1A level, who's also undefeated, winning again tonight. Should be a great contest next week. And then we have Lutheran, obviously, Scecina headed to Lutheran next week.
Like we see, one more kneel down or so from Heritage Christian. A gutsy performance on both sides of the ball. Plenty of highlight plays to boot. Kneel down, that will do it. For the first time in program history, the Heritage Christian Eagles have a 5-0 start to their campaign and knock off a top 25 opponent in their class. As you can hear the bell ringing across the campus of Heritage Christian. What a big night for Coach Ray and company. Couple injuries you faced here and there throughout this contest. All the best to Ethan Orsted, as well as Colton Brown, two Eagles that were injured tonight. Then on the losing side of things, Daquan Stennis, looked like he hurt his foot or his ankle. Early stages of this second half. You hope he's okay as well.
Yeah, no, I mean, anytime that you have kids out here competing regardless of the sport, you hate to see injury. We all know that it's a risk. We all know it's part of the games that take place, but certainly hoping and praying that all those young men get better throughout this week and can compete, if not next week, as soon as possible as they both continue their seasons.
Coming up next for both of these clubs, starting first with Scecina, as Coach mentioned earlier in that quarter, they'll have an epic battle and a rivalry matchup between 1A Lutheran. That's on the road at Lutheran, 7 o'clock start next Friday night. And for the Eagles, they'll also have a 1A opponent, a team that beat them a year ago during the regular season, the Covenant Christian Warriors. That's a 7 o'clock kick, and that is at Covenant Christian. Coach, some final thoughts for you this evening.
Well, again, they came into the game, as we talked about at the beginning, the keys with the ground attack and the air attack, the balance, duality, if you will say, with Heritage. They showed that true to form in the second half. Things weren't as clicking as much in the second as the first, but they still got the job done. And, Scecina, they put up a great fight in the second half. Those 2 fumbles we talked about earlier really took a lot of wind out of their sail, but they kept fighting. The kids stayed plugged in and came to a place where they were, 4th and short or 3rd and short, to possibly get the ball back. And Kyle Antoine got that. And but great game here tonight. One that both these teams have great opponents next week. And continuing their seasons. And again, great shout-outs to both coaching staff for what they're doing in the lives of these young men.
With the loss tonight for the Crusaders, they fall to 3-2 on the season. For the Eagles, as we mentioned, best start in program history. Sits at 5-0 on the schedule. Want to give a tip of the cap to James, doing a great job behind the 1s and 2s. All our beautiful shots tonight by Ken, doing a wonderful job behind the camera. Special tip of the cap to James in terms of replays. Whenever we asked for one, he had them. He delivered tonight. Great work, James. And on top of that, Ken, for getting those nice angles and shots. Great job all night, fellas. Also, want to thank Jerry Collins, CEO of IndianaSRN, and the coach Keith Myers, president and co-founder of the company, helping us bring you the action every Friday night. Remember, these broadcasts rely pretty heavily on donations made by you, the listener. If you'd like to help us put more student athletes on broadcasts across the state, email coach. That's at coach@indianasrn.org, or go to indianasrn.org and click the donate button. Again, our final in this one, Heritage Christian Eagles, off their best start in program history at 5-0, defeat the Scecina Memorial Crusaders 20-14. For my partner Craig Cox, I'm Jimmy Cook. Until we talk to you next time, so long, everybody.